Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, I wanted to talk a little bit about Kaylee Jones. If you don't know who that is, I'm going to give you a little bit of background information and go through an article. So let's go ahead and open that. I'm good, how are you? Okay, so we're going to start with this article here. Kaylee Jones is a 16-year-old girl. So, the adoptive parents of missing Georgia teenager Kaylee Jones say that they have faced online harassment in recent weeks since their 16-year-old daughter's disappearance caught national attention. Kaylee, born Jillian Page Temple, was last seen on June 14th in the area of Whooping Creek Church Road in New Carlton, when her parents say she left out of her second-story window without her computer or phone, which had recently been confiscated after her parents found out she had been in communication with strangers online. Brenda and Daniel have not heard from Kaylee since. They're getting calls from a lot of places to work out, but there has not been anything. Brenda Jones told Fox News Digital of the numerous tips law enforcement officials have received regarding Kaylee's whereabouts. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations, the FBI, the Secret Service, the U.S. Marshal Service, and local law enforcement are now assisting in the search for the missing 16-year-old who has special needs and has now gone about a month without her prescribed medication, according to her parents. So we're actually going on 2 months now, but this article's a little outdated. Now, Brenda and Daniel say that they're facing online harassment over certain details in their daughter's missing person case. We'll talk more about this as we go, but that basically is a background, so you know what's going on in this case if you didn't see my first video about it. I want to play the 911 call from that day. This is from Sleuthy Goosey on Twitter. She's been doing a lot of work for this case, and she's very active in other cases. But this is Brenda Jones, the mother's 911 call when she first found out that Kaylee was missing. So I'm going to play that.
769 911, what's the address of your emergency? 769 Whooping Creek Church Road.
Okay, give me just 1 second. Let me put this in. What's going on there?
My daughter ran away.
Okay, like just now?
I don't know, because
Okay.
I woke up to get her up for work, and so I'm sure she ran some earlier in the night.
Okay, what's your name?
Brenda
And your last name?
Jones.
Jones as well?
Yes.
Okay, how old is she, hon?
16.
16?
Yes.
Do you know what she was wearing when you last saw her?
No, because I see her jammies on the bed, so I don't know if she had to change.
Okay. Okay.
This is the second time she ran away.
Okay. What time did you last see her last night before you went to bed?
I'm trying to think. I went to bed about 11, but I couldn't check on her.
Okay.
She was upstairs in the room. I think I last saw her like 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right, give me just a second. And that was on 6/14. Is she white, black, or Hispanic?
White.
White female. Okay.
So she could have been gone 12 hours. I don't know.
Right. That's okay. Just take a deep breath for me. We'll get it figured out for you. Okay. And you said she's done this before. Do you know who she may have gone with before?
She just decided to wander, and the
Okay.
police brought her back. Some lady found her.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can tell you why she ran away, but because I took her phone, but she doesn't have her phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long did it take for her to get back? Like, how long was she gone before she was returned the last time?
Only a couple hours.
Okay.
Because she was lost. Yeah, I live out. Yeah, I don't live real close to everything, so.
Right. Okay. And are you going to be at home to meet with the officers?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and get them sent out to you, and if anything changes or you get any kind of update, call me back so I can let them know, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So that was the 911 call that Brenda made that morning when she first found out that Kaylee was missing, allegedly. She refers back to the February runaway, which apparently Kaylee had run away in February. Her parents say that it was because she was talking to somebody online and they told her that she couldn't meet this person, and so she got upset and decided to run away. In my other video, I reported that somebody had actually told me that Kaylee told them that that's not really the reason she ran away, but it's actually because she was dragged by her hair across the kitchen floor. Obviously, Kaylee's not here to tell us that herself, and I'm not saying it's true, I'm just relaying the information that I received. So, that was the February incident. And then, as we know, it happened again in June, where she supposedly ran away. I also want to mention that in February, the police weren't called until I think hours later, versus in this June incident. Brenda called authorities within 15 minutes, I believe, of finding out that Kaylee was missing. So I still wonder why she made that call so quickly this time around versus last time. Maybe it's because they knew that Kaylee was talking to people and they were fearful that she was going to meet someone or do something like this again in terms of running away again like she did in February. I'm not sure. But I just thought it was interesting that she waited so long last time, or maybe they actually didn't call at all, if I recall correctly. Kaylee was brought home because she was picked up by someone, and then law enforcement ended up bringing her home. So I thought that was interesting. And then I also wanted to share something about her medication. Again, this is from Sleuthy Goosey. In the article, we saw that her parents had said that she hadn't been on her medication in a month, which obviously is very concerning. She is autistic and she has ADHD. Those are her confirmed diagnoses. So I don't know what medication she was on, but stopping medication, urgently or right away, it's never a good idea. But then in another interview with a different channel, this is what her parents said regarding the medication.
Okay, and now you guys were talking, you did talk, Brenda, briefly about the medication situation, switching doctors, psychiatrists, and things like that. How long had she been off of her medication when this disappearance happened?
February.
So it had been several months.
Yes, and I know the.
Okay, and now.
So in that interview, she says that Kaylee had been off of her medication since February, which means that it would have at least been a few months. But like I said in this article, it says that she's been off her medication for 1 month. So which one is it? I think that really matters. If it was all of a sudden that Kaylee decided to get off her medication in June, that could be a part of the reason why she ran away or something happened to her. But if it had been months, those effects probably wouldn't be as severe. Yeah, it is very weird. There's a lot of inconsistencies, I think. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I just wanted to highlight some of these things. And let me see if there's anything else. Regarding Kaylee, there hasn't really been any news, unfortunately. Like I said, it's going on 2 months now, and she's a 16-year-old girl. You know, she apparently her parents in one article said that she had the mental capacity of, I don't know, I forgot exactly what age, but of a 12-year-old or of a 9-year-old. And if that's true, which everyone else that I spoke to or everybody else that spoke to me that knows her said that that isn't true and that she's very articulate and she acts her age. But if that is true, and even if it's not true, how is Kaylee getting by? You know, it's been almost 2 months, like I said. So, and she left with maybe $50 in cash, and her bank accounts haven't been touched since. Neither has her, neither have her credit cards or her phone or anything like that. Her phone was left at home, but none of her other accounts were touched. Do I have any inclinations? Um, like I said, I don't want to accuse anyone of anything, and I'm not doing that. But I think that things at home were not good for Kiely, and that she felt unloved and unappreciated, and she decided that she was going to leave. And whether it was somebody that she met online helping her, or whether she wanted to go out by herself and try to make it on her own, I think she just decided to leave, and she's somewhere out there. Um, the people that I spoke to that have been close to Kaylee in the past or still are, you know, before she disappeared, they all said that Kaylee is a very smart girl. Like she knew how to be outdoorsy if she needed to be, and they were telling me that they think that she could get by on her own. Although I don't know how long she could do that for. Like I said, it's been 2 months almost. So her birthday is within the next 2 weeks or so. It's the 24th, I think, and she will be turning 17. So if that's the case, maybe she's staying away until she's 17 and then she's going to try to become emancipated. I'm not really sure. I hope that's the case. That would probably be the best outcome here. Everything else is looking pretty grim. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about her. I'm going to save this live stream, so even if you're not seeing it now, hopefully you're seeing it later. And I just wanted to provide this information. So I'm going to tell you about some information that I received from somebody who saw Kaylee that day. And according to this person, saw her on the day that she disappeared in February. So not this most recent incident, but before. So her parents in an interview had stated that she had a bag with her, and she was clearly a runaway, and they ultimately ended up sending her to Illinois to be with her brother Hunter for a much needed break, it seems, for everyone. So they said that she had a bag with her and that she was basically wearing layers. However, I spoke to people who saw her that day, and they said that she was wearing a hoodie and maybe a t-shirt. Also, they said that the only thing she had with her was a backpack, so not luggage or a big bag or anything. It seems like her plan, you know, was to just walk out, you know, teenager angst when you feel angry at your parents and you just leave the house. But it doesn't seem like she really. Sorry guys, I cut out. It doesn't seem like she really had a plan. It seems like she was just gonna keep going and see where she found herself. That would jive with her not using the credit card. Yeah, exactly. You know, people are saying she's a smart girl. She would probably know that if she used her credit card or any of that, that she would be found. But yeah, so in February, I question the parents' account of things. It doesn't seem like she was packed and ready to go for Illinois. It seems like it was an all of a sudden trip, and that again they just knew or wanted her to get away, so they sent her to be with her brother Hunter. And I've talked to Hunter, and I it's not really my place to reveal his information or his account of things, but I'm just going to say that he also doesn't agree with the way that this whole situation in February was handled. But this Kaylee Jones case, it's I'm just so flabbergasted that we don't have more information by now. She couldn't have gotten very far on her own, and police have said that it seems like they've looked into all of the people that she was speaking to on Snapchat. They mentioned two different guys specifically, and based on what we've heard, they've checked out. So I'm not sure. What do you guys think? This is also my first time live, so I'm not really expecting a crowd or anything. But like I said, this will be up, saved on my channel, so hopefully others will see it then. And you're always welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments. Reem says parents, for sure. Scott, yeah, I mean, they have her phone, so if she was. Right, like she left her phone behind, but all of her information, like you're saying, it would have been found on there. So unless she had another phone or another we know she had her laptop, but they also have that at home. So you would think that they would be able to find any information there. And weird that it's also weird that her parents haven't really allowed a search of their property. Um, I know, there's been some controversy over this and about who's allowed to search, but I'm just gonna say if it were my child missing, I think I would want all hands on deck. And again, this isn't an accusation or anything. I'm just giving out my opinion based on how I see things and how everyone is acting. There have been several professional search groups who have volunteered their time and their resources, and as far as I can tell, the full property has yet to be searched, which it doesn't make any sense to me. They have a lot of acres, they have big property. I think there's a cabin or a barn somewhere on their property. There was a camper at one point, and now it's gone. Um, this is just according to people that have reached out to me and live in the area. Right. I think there are a lot of red flags. And in the February incident, they thought that she had just been hiding out, somewhere on their land. So wouldn't that be the first place that you would expect them to search and look? So I'm not sure. It's all very confusing. But let's hope that Kaylee is okay and that things weren't good at home, so she decided to, go off and be on her own. And like I said, her birthday is in a few weeks, so hopefully she resurfaces and she's safe and sound and we have a good outcome here. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the Kiely Rodni case. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with this one, But Kylie is also a 16-year-old girl. Not sure what's up with all these young people going missing, but she's 16 and she's from Truckee, California. And she unfortunately went to a party to celebrate graduating high school early with a bunch of other people, and she hasn't been seen since that night. She texted her mom and told her, thank you, Joe. She texted her mom and she told her that, she wanted to stay a little bit longer, and asking if she could. So her curfew was extended until 12:15, and then she never made it home that night. And she had plans the following morning. Never made it to those plans. Her CRV has yet to be located. So we have no idea what happened to her. And there's been a lot of groups popping up. True Crime Sisters is a big one. They have been doing an amazing job. Thank you guys so much. But yeah, they've been doing an amazing job of like moderating this page and making sure it doesn't get out of hand. But we still have no answers for Kylie either, and I believe it's going on 6 days now. Actually, the party was Friday night, so it's been exactly a week. So, it's just very scary. I know there's a lot of water in that area, so a lot of people think that maybe she got into an accident and her car just hasn't been located yet. But searches have been done extensively of the area and nearby. However, like we've seen this happen before where something doesn't turn up and then it's an area that was searched and then later it turns out that that person or their car was actually there the whole time. So I'm not sure. There's been a lot of rumors about her friend Sammy, who's basically taken on a leadership role in all of this. And she, a lot of people think that she's potentially involved. Honestly, I don't like to speculate, especially because these are young people. Sammy is 18 and Kylie is 16, and I don't want to get involved in all of that. But I do think it's interesting that she took on this role and has been. Thank you for the super chat. I do think it's interesting that she took on this role. For your voice, Queen. But yeah, I'm interested to see also what happens with Kylie's case. I will be keeping up with that, and I've been active on Twitter, so if you guys are on Twitter, follow me. It's the same name as my YouTube name, Hiba Chai. And hopefully we get some answers soon. Her mom is devastated, and if you watch my video about Kylie, you can see her mom's plea there. Yeah, this chat. But I think that's it, guys. I've been on for half an hour. I think this was a good practice, first live stream session. Maybe we can do it again soon if you guys are interested. And like I said, I will leave this video, the playback, I will put it up on my channel. So hopefully I know how to, fingers crossed. So thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this on the playback, please let me know your comments in the thoughts below.